What's good, everybody? I hope you guys had a good start to your trading week. Levon, there's no webcam tonight. Webcam is dead, unfortunately. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into it, guys. This may be a shorter charting session than normal just because we do have a decent amount of news this week and some interruptions, but anyways, yeah, as far as news goes, tomorrow FOMC meetings begin, and we have 10 o'clock news. That is really about it. 10 o'clock news tomorrow, but FOMC on Wednesday is going to be the thing the market's waiting up for. So we have FOMC on Wednesday, which usually from Monday to Wednesday, we're kind of expecting back and forth nonsense. And then Thursday is usually our first clean day of the week, but Thursday is closed because of Juneteenth. And then we open back up on Friday, which that's going to be interesting as well. So it's just overall an interesting week. But yeah, I guess less concerned with that and more concerned with just doing what we can, finding the best setups that are provided to us. So that is what we're doing tonight. I'm going to be going through my watch list A to Z, and we're going to find what we like and what we don't like for the rest of the week here. All right, let's see here. So Apple, not a whole lot that I'm a fan of here. Airbnb. All right, give me just a second. There we go. All right, Airbnb. It actually doesn't look too bad on the bigger time frames here, but Airbnb is one of those that is usually lacking in volume. We were definitely lacking in volume today, so just gonna have to skip over that one. Looks like a lot of the stuff that we were looking at that peaked out today is on its way back down. So that kind of once again puts us in a messy area. I will say this is probably not the week to size up for the majority of people. Not only is it a very interesting week, we're getting put in very interesting spots on the stock here as well. I say the stock, pretty much all the stocks. We're getting put in an interesting spot on an interesting week. Just nothing is ideal as it could be. Baidu, once again, on the larger time frames, doesn't look too bad, but overall volume is hard to come by on that. Coin here, what was that on the 4 hour? 265.65. 265.65, that doesn't look bad. And we may be able to look at high of day from today as well into that. We are, geez, we're far away. We are far away, so I mean that's it is what it is, but we can definitely still look at it at the very least. All right. Yep. There's that. Here is. Oh, Costco, I'm all good. CRM, I'm all good. Crowd, I'm all good. Disney at 120.50, I do like. Looks like we went to retest that today. Didn't quite make it there, but close enough. I do like that on Disney. All right, yeah, Disney at 120.50 looks good. Google, I'm not a huge fan of in this area. Kind of just in the middle. IBM, nope. Meta. Wow, Meta almost made it back to low of day. Yeah, I don't think there's too much here on Meta that I'm a fan of as of right now. Really just not a ton here. It's a little unfortunate when you go to do a whole charting session and there's just nothing that's piquing your interest. Like there's a couple all right setups, but nothing that has really stood out and made for a fantastic play. Jeez. Yeah, this is a tough week. I mean, we started out fine, but as far as setups go, it's just a tough week. FOMC holding up the first half of the week. Juneteenth closing the market on Thursday and reopening it for one day. Like they might as well just close it on Friday too at that point. Whoa, okay. Reddit, I'm actually interested in here. They have volume on the 130 calls. They had 13,000 in volume today. This actually looks really good at 130.11. If we don't break pre-market, I like that. I usually just avoid that one just because of a lack of volume, but 13,000 on the 130 calls, that is more than enough by a long shot. Obviously, I'm not expecting 13,000 right at open, but either way. Sky, nope. Snow, nope. T-Mobile, nope. I guess, I mean, technically you could look at these lows, but contract volume just isn't really there on this. The only reason I even added T-Mobile to my watch list is back from when we were up here at these highs. So really, when you guys see me skip over that one so quickly, it's just because literally the only reason it was on my watch list is so I didn't miss the all-time high. Tesla came down finally and broke all of the levels we were looking at today. I guess that leaves us with a support from Friday. Yeah. 323.25 doesn't look bad. That doesn't look bad at all. I would target like the 321.50 area on that. I must have marked Amazon on accident. But okay, we've got Coin, we've got Disney, we've got Reddit, and we've got Tesla. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we're at the point here where typically I would say, well, I mean, I say typically, I'm about to say it anyways, but if you guys have anything that you want me to check out, just let me know before I get into writing out the watch list for tomorrow. Um, I've I've got everything that I'm looking at already, so if there's anything you guys want me to check out, just drop it in the chat and I will look at it for you. All right. I'm going to take that as nobody has anything to look at. I focus on futures again. Honestly, Levon, this week, not a bad idea. But that is up to you, my friend. I mean, it doesn't have to be one or the other. You can do both. Alright, Coin, looking at the high of day from today at 263.30 for entry, targeting a move into our next major level at 265.65 on the 4 hour. There's that. Thought NVIDIA would hold 145. NVIDIA didn't look like it did anything other than make a move and retrace it all. Yeah, I mean, it's still stuck in this like uptrend. Actually wicked it perfectly on the 4 hour. I do not know, Dave. I can only speak for myself. All right, anyways, there's Coin. Next up, we've got Disney. Let's see, do we have any trends on Disney? We do. The 5 minutes absolutely ridiculous. So is the 15. Nothing on the 30, nothing on the 1 hour. All right, so we have no realistic trends on Disney. To target, at least. I mean, they're realistic trends, obviously, but as far as targeting goes, all right. Looks like I'm just going to be targeting a move to 121. And we have room to rally. I'll put it that way because you don't want to overshoot your guys' expectations by saying the The 5-minute trend is giving us room to 122.20 because that is an absolutely massive move for Disney. Reddit. Take a look at this. So 130.11. The 130.11 resistance on the 4-hour for a breakout. We typically have low contract volume, and we saw over 13K in volume on Monday. Let's see, do we have any trends on this? These trends are so far. There's Reddit, and then Tesla. $323.25. All right, Tesla looking at the 323.25 support from Friday, targeting a move. Wait. There we go. All right, I don't even think I need to have side watches for tomorrow. So Reddit is for the upside and Tesla is for the downside. Yeah, I really don't need to split these up from main to side watches because we've only got 4. But the 4 that we have are pretty solid. So make sure, if you guys are not in the floor, make sure you screenshot this, get these levels plotted out. Save this for your watch list tomorrow so you can go ahead and take advantage of that as well. Also, for anybody that's in here that's not in the floor, and you know, we typically do our free Thursdays. I think we're going to push that back to Friday this week because obviously markets closed on Thursday. So free Friday instead. But if anybody has any questions or anything that they would like me to go over, feel free to let me know. I'll leave the watch list up here for the remainder of the stream. Sorry for the lack of a webcam tonight, but forgot to charge the battery. All right, is everybody good? What's up, Jess? Yes, sir. It's a pretty interesting week. Not many setups, but that's what we've got. Typically, the charting sessions take a little longer than that just because we have, stuff to filter out, stuff to, decide whether we like this better, like that better. But pretty much this week is the market's going to give you what it wants to give you, and you're going to have to take it. So that's what the market's giving us as of right now. I think FOMC is going to have more of an effect, to be honest with you, Jess. I think the market's just waiting up on FOMC right now. I would have expected to see some more movement overall if that was going to be controlling the market at this point. And we were pretty much dead all day today, which is more of an indication of FOMC just, kind of ruining your week. Not ruining it, but just making it slower and choppier until FOMC is done with. Which typically, FOMC weeks, I'm excited for Thursday because that's our first clean day of the week, but Thursday is closed. So it's really Friday is about the only day that we've got this week that's got a lot of potential. So Jess, where are you at? Are you in the floor or are you not in the floor, Jess? AMD. I'll take a look at AMD. AMD puts. I'm okay. I'll pass on AMD puts. Oh, John in the Discord. There we go. John in the Discord. Yeah, Russell, AMD puts, I'm going to pass on that just because we really don't have anything other than just the after hours low to look at right now. And I like to have a little bit more information than that, or at least a little bit more of a setup than that. Maybe pre-market. Between after hours and pre-market, if we have a good setup to the downside, I would definitely be interested, especially if we have such a push like this and then we get a nice setup for the downside tomorrow, because then it would kind of be like a relief pullback kind of thing overall. But as of right now, just the after hours low is not enough for me to have a setup that I'm going to ride out. But like I said, if we do get some type of setup between the after hours low and maybe the pre-market low, my mind can definitely be changed there. Trade Friday and it went south in like 15 seconds. Had 3 puts on Tesla right at the money and it flipped so fast. Let's see, Tesla on Friday. Did we play Tesla on Friday? I don't even remember. I don't think we did. The only thing we played on Friday was Oracle. Yeah, Jess, I mean, that's something you've got to dive a little bit deeper in, figure out why did it do that? Why did it do what you wanted it to do after you got out? Did you just get in too early? Was the level not ready yet? Or, you just got to figure out what kind of situation the stock was in at that point. You can figure that out from there, but I don't know where you entered the trade. I don't know what your plan was, where your target was, or any of that. So but yeah, anyways, all right, guys. So that is once again the watch list for tomorrow and potentially the upcoming days in the week, just depending on when they want to play out. But yep, that's what I've got. So make sure you screenshot that. I'm gonna send this in the chat, so anybody that's in there is gonna be able to see that. But I appreciate you guys coming out and sticking around. I know it was a shorter stream tonight, but when the market is not giving you a whole lot, it's kind of hard to make yourself slow down on the charting sessions here. So anyways, I'll see you guys first thing in the morning for pre-market review. Hope you have a great rest of your night, and I will talk to you then.